Good morning, Agents of Nothing, and welcome to our Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast. We're your commanding officers. I'm Mariah.
And I'm Caroline.
And today we're going to be talking about Season 3, Episode 10, Maveth.
Yeah. So, Mariah, how was your week?
It was good, except that this combination of sentences sounds so bad. It was good, except that we had to put down my mom's dog.
Yeah. Mommy.
It was a long time coming, but, it did hit me a little harder than I expected. I didn't think that I would, cry over it, really.
Yeah.
But it's one thing to, know that it's time. Know that it's past time, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it actually happening.
Right. It's always hard to say goodbye, even if you know that it's for the best.
Yeah. But on the happier side of things, I went to one of Tyler's gigs last night, and that was fun. I got to hang out with the drummer's girlfriend for a while, and she's so sweet.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to crochet a baby blanket for them because she's pregnant right now.
Oh, yay. That'll be a good project.
Yeah.
Love that.
How was your week?
It was honestly a pretty eventful week, but for once, the drama was not mine. I just got to witness other people's eventful lives, which was very nice.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. I think the most fun part of the week was last weekend. I had a friend who had a going away party because he's leaving the country to travel for the rest of the year. He's starting off in Italy, and then he's going to Croatia, and then just wherever he wants to go, which is super cool.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to be at his going away party because it was just this very tangible culmination of the community that he's built for himself in the time that he's lived in Austin. So it gave me a lot of hope because I was just I hope that when I eventually leave Austin that I'll be able to have something similar and really see the support system that I've created for myself and all the little pockets the facets of my personality and places that I've fit in. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you want to get into it?
Yes, let's get into it.
So this episode was written by Jeffrey Bell and directed by Vincent Misiano.
Oh.
Do we meet anything? Oh, anything.
I mean,
yeah.
Kind of it, I guess. That's who we meet, sort of.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
So, we start off, Fitz and Ward's men are already halfway through their 12 hours on the other side of the portal, and Ward sees Fitz starting to look around, act a little strangely. So Ward pulls him aside to check in, and Fitz attempts to take Ward's gun! A very good attempt, but a failed attempt. Ward's too quick, and he says that if he doesn't make it back to the other side, then Simmons will be killed horribly.
My thought through that whole thing where Ward was just fucking beating up Fitz, I was like, don't you hurt Fitz!
I know.
Don't hurt him!
I was so proud of him, though. That was such a, brave move.
Yeah. He's come a long way.
For sure. And side note, because I don't think I mentioned it anywhere, he looked so cute in his little, dress shirt and pants.
Yeah.
Everybody else in, tactical gear, and his little booty looks so good in those pants.
Yeah. I have such a crush on Fitz.
I know. He's so cute. Anyway, so, and, also loved that Fitz is just, his banter is so good now.
Yeah.
I mean, it always has been, but, every time that Ward insulted him, he just had something right back, just ready to go. So, as Fitz is firing insults back at Ward, calling him expendable, one of the Hydra agents finds this giant Hydra symbol over on the next dunes. It's truly gigantic.
Huge. It gave me chills.
Yeah.
That, like, ugh.
I was a little confused by it because I thought that's the, like, most current symbol for Hydra. I thought they had, like, an older one, so I was a little confused that this, like, ancient shrine has, like, the most recent Hydra symbol.
I don't know, yeah.
Anyway, so Mac gets the rundown from Hunter and Morse about Coulson jumping off the Quinjet and how they just need to, take over the Hydra castle and then open this alien portal to rescue Fitz from the other side. Easy.
Oh my god, there were so many good quotes in this episode.
I know.
Hunter was like, why don't you just tell me it'll be easy? And Morris goes, it'll be easy. And he said, doesn't help, I know you're lying.
Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know why I didn't write down any of the quotes this time. I was just, like, having fun laughing at them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they go meet up with the rest of the team to go over some new information. Hydra has also started stockpiling Inhumans at the castle as well. May guesses that they'll have Andrew there too. And then, in a typical new guy move, Joey asks what their actual mission is. Because so far they've talked about killing Ward, or taking down Hydra, or rescuing Inhumans, or opening an alien portal to rescue S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, or just a big old combo. And Hunter's like, you sweet summer child. The plan is, we don't know the plan.
The exact quote, because I wrote it down. This is how S.H.I.E.L.D. works. You make a plan goes to shit, you make a new plan.
Truly. It's so good. So, Director Mac says that the plan is to send a few people in on the ground to infiltrate the castle, find Fitzsimmons and secure the portal, and also take care of the Inhumans as well. No backup, no planes, and nothing that can make it on Hydra's missile radar. This is a very complicated mission, I feel like, for a mid-season episode. Is this the mid-season finale?
I think it was. So it tracks that it would be action-packed.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, we're only on episode 10. This is so much. And then
I know.
Like,
I'm used to, like, because it's, like, 22 episodes. So
yeah.
I always think that, like, episode 11 is going to be the mid-season finale, but...
Anyway, I loved it. It was so much.
But
so
Mac
much
is such a good leader. Like, that's what I kept noticing in this episode. I was like, man, he's really, like, holding it together.
Yeah, and that he's really good at trying to see all sides before he makes a decision. Like, he's not going to be rushed into making a decision before he's ready. I really appreciated that. So, over at the Hydra Castle, Guerra tells Mac... Oh, no, just kidding. Not Mac. Guerra tells Malik that the Inhumans are ready to be unjelloed or whatever. And Malik says that those guys are to be saved as a gift to the creature when Ward brings it back. Simmons tells them that their calculations are wrong by 12 seconds, actually. But only so that they don't mess up Fitz's return. But Mac says, no, why do I keep saying that? But Malik says that, okay, let me say it without laughing. But Malik says that Fitz is only a sacrifice to guide the creature to the portal. They never planned on him coming back. Ugh, I had my blood boiling.
Oof. So the title of the episode and the word used frequently in describing the portal, Maveth, is actually incorrect in terms of modern-day Hebrew. There is no TH sound in the language, like the, especially with words that are not taken from other languages. In Hebrew, when presented in the show, it is also spelled with the letter resh instead of the letter vav. I'm not a Hebrew speaker, I'm sorry. The word would be pronounced either as Maveth or Mavez.
Interesting. Huh. Do you think that they, like, did that on purpose, or they just didn't, and like it's another meaning, or they just didn't do enough research?
I don't know. Maybe it was like it would sound cooler, or maybe it's tied to the comics. I don't know.
Interesting. So Mac, Daisy, and May have found a way into the Hydra Castle through the underground aqueducts that they're using to porter the
Powell.
To porter the Powell. Mac, Daisy, and May find a way into the Hydra Castle through the underground aqueducts that they're using to power the portal. Their plan is to get in, get their people, and get out. Love that plan.
Good plan.
Fitz is still roasting Ward for trying to entice an ancient, bloodthirsty, mythical creature towards them.
So, in a reference to Candyman, Fitz says, just whisper its name 3 times into a mirror. Which I guess apparently is how you summon the Candyman, but it's... I feel like it could also be a Bloody Mary reference.
It could be. You know, I feel like there's a lot of those, like, paranormal stories where, like, you summon the monster by saying its name 3 times. So,
yeah.
I feel like it could be a whole host of legends. So, Fitz finally leads them to what he says is the ridge that they were looking for, where the portal will open back up. And, oh, look at that! Fitz just happens to find the opening to Will's underground hideout, and he immediately jumps down into it, followed in just a few seconds by Ward. But that few seconds is enough for Will to recognize Fitz. When Ward demands to know who Will is, Fitz says that he's going to be their guide to this place. So, wait. Because that's not Will at this point. But he said, you must be Fitz. Right?
Yeah.
Did they, take over the memory of their host?
Yeah, I think he, adopts the memory of the host. Like, he still, You'll see later. It's kind of spoilery.
As long as they explain it. Okay. Anyway, so then Coulson wakes up from a very lovely dream with Rosalind to the desert planet that he's been unconscious on.
Another reference to Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
He says, well, I'll be Tatooine or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be.
Well, I'll be. It's
well,
Tatooine.
I'll be. It's Tatooine.
Well, I'll be. So, Fitz loudly convinces Ward not to shoot Will. Honestly, that him being so passionate about it, it was good, but it also made me laugh.
Yeah.
He was like, no! Sorry. Headphone warning. Afterwards. Anyway, so Fitz loudly convinces Ward not to shoot Will, because obviously Ward's first instinct is to shoot whoever he doesn't know. But Fitz says that while he can pinpoint the location of their exit portal, Will is the only one who can actually get there in time. When Ward finally puts the gun down, he makes a crude comment about Simmons and Will, and then jokingly hands his gun to Fitz. And Fitz just says, "Grow up, Ward." Yes, please do.
Please.
The way that he said, "Grow up, Ward," and then he just looks down. I don't know. Something about that was just so funny.
Yeah.
So Fitz finally goes over to talk to Will. He says that he's here to get Will home in return for him saving Simmons. But since Simmons left, Will got attacked by it. Ward's ears perk up as he realizes that Will has been in contact with the creature and says that Will is going to lead them straight to it. I don't know why he thinks somebody would. They don't want... If they're the ones leading you, And you're like, you're going to lead me to this monster that you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Why? Why would I do that? So back at the outside of the castle, at the aqueducts, Joey melts the bars over the opening to the pipe so the team can head on in. His power is so cool.
It is.
I loved that.
It's so handy.
For real. So May and the rest of the team start silently taking down Hydra agents as they go. And inside, Simmons has found something to cut through her bonds on her wrists. And then Lincoln turns off the power to the whole grounds, really. Not just inside the castle, but everywhere.
Just the perfect set of powers.
Yeah. You know, it's almost like somebody wrote this.
Yeah.
So over on Maveth, Will and Fitz are leading the Hydra group together, but far enough ahead that they can actually talk alone, which was really dumb on Ward's part. I mean, I'm glad he did, but that was stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
So Fitz fills Will in. Okay. Why is that so hard? Fitz fills Will in on Ward's true agenda. He says that in the scenarios he imagined for how he and Will would finally meet, he pictured a lot more blood, and a lot less worrying about the smell of blood. Will decides that he likes Fitz too. So they begin their plot to lose Ward and the other Hydra agents. In the power outage, Simmons escapes in the dark and finds all of the Inhuman containment boxes, including Andrew's pod. Andrew, first of all, jump scare. Andrew begs her to let him out and let him help. But Simmons doesn't want to, but when the Hydra agents come to search the area, she knows that he's the only one who can protect her from them, so she reluctantly opens the door.
So complicated, like...
For real.
Ugh.
Because, like, you can't say that that was the wrong decision for her in the moment. It sucks for later. But...
Yeah.
So Coulson has finally found the footsteps of the Hydra agents on Maveth and follows them. Ward talks to Will as they walk about the Hydra statue that they saw earlier. He also compliments Will for surviving so long out here alone. He says that he also lives by the motto of adapt or die. Will escapes the conversation as Ward notices the sandstorm kicking up around them. Fitz asks Will if they've entered the no-fly zone that Simmons warned him about, and yep, that's exactly where they are, actually. Mac, Hunter, and Morse are getting closer to their destination, but they're moving a little too cautiously for Morse's taste, so she just speeds things along.
The best.
I love it. So, back in the sandstorm, Will is able to kill the two closest Hydra agents so that he and Fitz can make their getaway without the getaway car. So just the getaway.
On their getaway legs.
So Daisy makes her way to the computer tent, but the power is still out. And then Guerra creeps up behind her and shoots, but Joey dives in front and then melts the bullets as they hit his chest. That's so fucking cool.
It was very cool.
Oh my god. And then Lincoln shows up and electrocutes Guerra until he's unconscious. But before he can get in another shot, Daisy says that they need to go because people definitely heard that.
Yeah.
Again, just the perfect combination of powers. You'd think somebody planned this whole thing.
Yeah.
So Simmons and May are finally reunited. May promises that they will get Fitz from the portal, and Simmons tells May that Andrew is there and that he and or Lash, possibly both, saved her. But May says that that's not the mission right now before they head to Daisy.
I was like screaming at this point, like, tell them that Lash is loose.
Right.
Literally part of the mission is saving these Inhumans.
Right.
They're in danger if he's loose.
Literally. But it wasn't the point, I guess. It wasn't the first mission. Well, okay. Never mind. I don't know. There's so many parts to this mission. You can't have that many parts.
Yeah.
Back on Maveth, the sandstorm is showing no signs of stopping, so Ward tells his men to get moving, and then realizes that half of his crew is dead. And then gunshots! Coulson kills the remaining agents and leaves Ward for last. Shoot him! But no, of course, he has to let him open his fucking mouth first. Ward convinces Coulson that he needs him in order to find Fitz, and Coulson should have stopped at, Fitz is a smart guy, he can find his way out. But of course, Coulson can never stop there. So he appoints Ward to be his guide to find Fitz and get them out of there. I was mad about this when I was watching it, and it still doesn't make any sense to me, because Ward was needing 2 separate guides to get around this place anyway. How is Ward gonna be the one to lead you to Fitz? I was mad about it.
There's so much action in this one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was a lot to keep up with.
Yeah. I was so engrossed. I kept having to go back and write things down.
Yeah. I accidentally scrolled in on you last night. I was checking the thing, and I scrolled down to the bottom to see if you were done, and you were actively typing, and I think you were about to get to the climax of the episode, and I was like, oh, I'll leave you to it.
I think I was literally typing that Will was not Will, and I was like, and then I saw you and I was like, go away. I'm busy.
I was telling Tyler about that last night because I spent the night, and I was like, oh, I'll leave her to it.
Anyway, so Simmons joins the rest of the SHIELD team at the portal room, or chamber, or whatever you want to call it. And the halls around them are littered with Hydra bodies. Joey and Hunter go to reinforce their barricades using Joey's amazing new superpower.
Woo! Because
now he doesn't just melt metal, he can also strengthen it, which is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Simmons informs the rest of them that the portal is already programmed to open at the designated time, which is only a good thing depending on if Fitz can find the extraction point in time and who or what may be with him when he does. Then they realize that May is not there with them, and Simmons lets them know that Dr. Garner is free on the premises, so May has likely gone after him. Just an afterthought. Oh, yeah. She's probably looking for the guy who wants to kill half of you. And she has. And May does not like the carnage that she finds in Andrew's wake.
So, speaking of the carnage and the pods and stuff, the name Y. Rodriguez... Whoop! The name Y. Rodriguez was shown on one of the Inhuman containers. This is a reference to Yo-Yo Rodriguez. Why can't I say Rodriguez today?
I don't know.
This is a reference to Yo-Yo Rodriguez, also known as Slingshot. She's a character from the comics who has the ability of super speed. However, afterwards, she returns to the place she started.
Is the place she started?
Yeah, where she starts running and she has super speed, but she snaps back to where she was before.
Oh. Well, that's annoying. I mean, cool. If it works, I guess. Good for you.
And I emphasized that it was a reference to Yo-Yo because we do eventually meet Yo-Yo And she's like one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
She's so interesting.
Well, I'm sorry
and,
that I just shit-talked her powers.
It's okay.
Well, cool. I can't wait to meet her. And this was not her. Just somebody with a similar name.
Yep.
So, as they're walking, Ward is talking to Coulson about some bullshit about how every decision he's ever made in his life thus far has been petty and meaningless until he saw the ancient Hydra symbol today. And now his life has purpose. Now he feels a satisfaction that revenge could never bring him. So Coulson shoots him on the shoulder and says, that felt pretty satisfying. Now keep walking, eh?
Yeah.
The whole time I was just like, just shoot him. Why are you doing this?
I did like because I knew what was coming, I did like enjoying. I liked enjoying. I liked just watching Ward get taken down a notch.
Yeah.
Finally, Ward gets overpowered.
True. Yeah. I feel like he didn't appreciate it enough, though. He would have appreciated it if... Never mind. So, the S.H.I.E.L.D. team is discussing if they should just close the portal now before Fitz, Coulson, and Will get back through in order to keep the monster from getting through first. And Simmons explains that she fully believes that it was the cause of all the desolation on that planet and that it will cause it on Earth as well. But they can wait until Fitz, Coulson, and Will get through. Daisy mentions that closing the portal wouldn't be the end of the mission either, as they have a dozen Inhumans to rescue as well. But then May comes in to tell them that Lash/Andrew has relieved them of that responsibility because he murdered them all. And then poor Simmons looks very guilty.
Yeah, like, I put down the guilt that Gemma is going to feel for that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine.
So Malik's guards warn him that S.H.I.E.L.D. has taken control of the portal chamber and that he should leave the premises. But Malik says that, actually, no, you have 15 minutes to regain control of the portal and get rid of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just
do it.
Just figure it out. Then Coulson spots Fitz and Will moving in the distance and takes Ward's watch so he can see the timer for when the portal opens. And I don't understand why he needs Ward now, because he can see Fitz and Will. So just kill Ward now and be done with him and then go follow Fitz. But of course, he doesn't, because I guess I do understand being a procrastinator. You gotta save everything for the last possible second. So Hydra is starting to try breaking through their barricades to get to S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's time to make a call about waiting for their agents or closing the portal before the monster can get through. Mac ultimately decides that he will stay and wait until the last possible second for Coulson, Fitz, and Will, and for everyone else to wait in the Zephyr and then blow this place sky high if they see it come through the portal. The team tries to argue, but Matt puts on his director voice and says, "That's an order." It was louder, but I can't do loud and low.
Yeah.
Daisy says that she's staying, though, for one reason. I mean, two reasons. Mostly because she wants to. And nobody's going to tell Daisy no. So Mac appoints May the next director in case he doesn't make it, and then they all scramble.
God, I really dislike Hunter, but he has some killer lines. I don't remember what he said that I wrote that note about, but I know it was funny.
He had a lot of good lines in this episode. You know what was interesting, though, is, like, Daisy kind of isn't the main character anymore.
Yeah.
At least in this season. That's been interesting. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. I was like, I don't know, I was thinking like, okay, yeah, I guess she can stay with Mac. Sure. But then I was like, oh yeah, that's a very like main character thing to do. But we've like kind of barely seen her this season.
Yeah, I feel like you're right.
Anyway. So Fitz is soaking up all the information he can about this planet from Will. He even sees the ruins of an ancient city over the ridge, something that Simmons never even saw. As they walk, Fitz continues to pepper Will with more questions until Will eventually stumbles, and Fitz finds out that it was never Will! That's where you looked at.
It was never Will!
It was never Will! Will died saving Simmons from the monster when Fitz brought her back through the portal the first time. So it begins attacking Fitz, and they wrestle in the sand. And it was kind of hot. Not gonna lie.
I felt like the sound effects in that fight were, like, gratuitous. It was like, whoopah,
it was very comic book.
Yeah.
Like, they could have put a pow in there.
Yeah.
A whoosh. But yeah, Fitz, like, falling on the sand, and he has his, like, tiny little belt and his, like, little skinny jeans, and his little... It was cute. So, Corson and... Oh, my God. Corson and Wool... Coulson, I feel like I've done that before. Coulson and Ward come upon Will about to drop a rock over Fitz's head. So Coulson shoots Will, and then Ward tackles Coulson, just because.
Yep.
And just then, the portal begins to open, and Daisy remembers that she almost died from this last time, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that. So Hydra is getting closer. May has the Zephyr cannons ready for her command, and Daisy is literally collapsing from the effects on the portal. Coulson finally gets Ward on the ground, and Fitz shoots Will with a flare gun, and then he fucking just burns from, like, the inside out.
I was so stressed. These, like, this whole montage of scenes.
Me too. It was, like, all in slow motion, too, and I was like, hurry up! And you can tell that I was stressed because most of the next paragraph was in all caps.
Yes.
So Fitz calls Coulson to let Ward go and get to the portal before it closes. But Coulson takes forever to make a fucking decision. Either shoot or run, fucking do something. Oh my god. But instead of hurrying the fuck up, Coulson decides to slowly crush Ward's sternum until he just dies, and then leisurely take off his little metal hand and drop it next to Ward before he finally begins to just mosey on over to the portal. This was literally fucking torture. Oh my god.
So, I know, I debated going to search for it. I probably will before this episode comes out, and I'll, like, drop it in the replies or something, to the tweet. But I have a tweet from when this episode aired, and it's literally, ding dong, the witch is dead, witch.
Yes! Oh my god, I feel like I couldn't even be, like, happy about it because I was like, hurry up! Oh my god. And then, disgusting, something slithers out of Will's burning mouth. Hated that.
Gross. Gross.
So,
Destahydra.
Mac... Huh?
Destahydra.
Yeah. So Mac calls for May to blow up the castle, and as the castle is fucking imploding, I guess, the containment pod flies up to join the Zephyr. And Mac, Daisy, Coulson, and Fitz all walk out safe. Thank fuck. Daisy and Lincoln immediately start making out. Honestly, I love that. It made me laugh so much because they just, in the middle of everybody, just all of a sudden. I was like, y'all weren't even separated, really. And then May and Coulson finally get a much-needed hug, thank God. And then Simmons realizes that Fitz didn't get to save Will. Ugh.
Simmons looking for Will broke my heart.
Yeah. And, like, there's so many emotions that go with that, too, because it's, like, she's relieved that Fitz is okay, but, like, what happened to Will, like, there's so many questions in that moment, and then, like, probably feeling, I mean, she's already feeling guilt about Lash, and then now she's probably feeling guilt for making Fitz feel like he needed to go save Will, and then feeling guilty for wanting Will to come back and, like, being disappointed when it's only Fitz. Just so many emotions.
My neighbor is cutting the grass, and I can see the sound waves on my track, so I apologize for that, you guys.
Always.
It's 2:15 on a Sunday afternoon, so
it's grass cutting time.
Yeah.
It's gas crutting time.
It's gas crutting time.
So now it's time for the post-content content. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Malik is being safely driven away to his private plane in the dead of night when suddenly there's someone blocking the road. Ward, holding Coulson's hand. I mean, he's not holding hands with Coulson, but he's, like, holding onto Coulson's fancy gadget hand. Hated it.
My note for that scene was, no!
Yeah, my initial reaction was, God damn it! But you know what? Whatever it takes to keep Brett Dalton employed, I guess.
At least Ward is dead. That thing is its own thing, but at least it's not Ward.
At least it's not Ward. Congratulations to Brett. Glad you got another check.
Yeah. Not even playing the same character anymore. Same show, different character.
Yep. He was like, I want to be like the real villain again, not the, like, side villain that nobody cares about anymore.
Yeah. No spoilers, but, like, this villain that he's playing now is absolutely fucking terrifying. I still think it's the scariest thing that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ever came out with.
Damn.
Anyway.
Okay, I can't wait.
But it's been a while since we had a bear fact.
Yeah, bear fact.
Composer Bear McCreary worked with a larger orchestra than usual for Maveth, a 90-piece orchestra rather than the usual 50 or 70 players required for the series.
Damn.
The score was recorded at the Newman Scoring Stage on the 20th Century Fox lot on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. McCreary called the episode a crossroads between old and new storylines. At least a half dozen important musical themes were incorporated throughout the episode, including 2 new themes I introduced to represent new characters.
Wow. Wait, new characters?
I guess, like, Will and It are new characters.
Okay. I guess. I'll allow it. Oh, man. Great job, Bear. I appreciate it. I always appreciate your work. You did a fine job.
Friend of the podcast, Bear McCreary. Oh, my God. It's rumored that he's going to be scoring the Percy Jackson series.
Oh, my God.
And I'm so excited.
Oh, my God. You're going to die. That's amazing. Good for him. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, he's been doing the Lord of the Rings series.
Damn.
Like, real cool.
There's a Lord of the Rings series?
Yeah, I think on like Prime or HBO or one of those.
Y'all, I am so behind on everything. I had no idea. Anyway, so my overall thoughts were just intense, inhuman screeching. And like my kind of inhuman, not this kind of inhuman. But maybe. Do they have like a banshee? Probably. I'm probably that. Just screaming.
That would be your power.
Yeah. How about you? What were your overall thoughts?
There was just so much action in it, and it was a really, really strong episode. Like, I really liked it.
Agreed.
Okay, well, that concludes our episode on Season 3, Episode 10, Maveth.
Yeah!
Next week, we'll be covering Season 3, Episode 11, Bouncing Back, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, bye!
Bye, love you!